Fable from Playground Games has been in development for almost 8 years, a 25-year veteran franchise of Xbox, and a long-awaited reboot of one of Xbox's biggest games. But it's also been one of Xbox's most secretive game in development. Now with the delay, could Playground Games be developing the most epic franchise ever? Fable has been delayed to 2026. If you end up enjoying this video, let me know by liking and subscribing to the channel. Hit the bell to be notified of new content, and let's talk about Playground Games and what they have promised for Fable in 2026. Playground Games, the studio behind the Forza Horizon series, split off in 2019 to create their own RPG studio dubbed St Albans House in the UK. Since then, the team has quietly been working on rebooting the Fable franchise, which has been in major turmoil since 2010. Fable 3 came out in 2010, panned to critical reviews, being the worst in the series, only to be followed up by a Fable Connect title, a flash-in-the-pan technology for Xbox, and then promised to be revitalized with Fable Legends in an asymmetrical multiplayer RPG that never got out of beta during the beginning of the Xbox One generation and canceled in 2016, along with closing the iconic studio Lionhead, who brought the Fable franchise to life in the early 2000s. Here we are with Fable, a new reboot revealed in 2020 at Xbox's Game Showcase with a pre-rendered tone-setting trailer and no release date. Fable actually started as an original RPG from Playground Games before they were bought by Xbox, a pitch which landed them with the studio to be purchased by Xbox in 2019. In 2022, we got a look in-game and in-game footage of Fable with a very brief gameplay montage, and fans became excited about the very mature and witty, highly detailed and beautifully rendered new imagining of Fable. Craig Duncan, now the head of Xbox Game Studios, spoke to the Xbox official podcast and announced that Fable was being promised for 2025, but needs to be delayed to 2026.
We are actually going to give Fable more time, and it's going to ship in 2026 now. And while I know that's not maybe the news people want to hear, what I want to assure people of is that it's definitely worth the wait. And I have unequivocal confidence in the Playground team. Just think of the visuals of what you expect of Playground Games, plus, amazing gameplay.
The new footage revealed shows more beautiful renders in real time of Albion, a major city dwelling, and new implementation of horseback riding, something that was never shown or teased before. And seeing the Fable character riding on horseback instantly reminds fans of the Witcher 3 comparisons, and with the beautiful modern rendering, a call to the one and only, the great Red Dead Redemption 2. We can expect a more open world with this new Fable reboot, especially with the need to put the character on foot or on horseback. The footage showcase here also brings huge credit to Windows Central Jez Corden, who 6 months ago said that he saw pre-alpha gameplay footage of Fable with the character fighting a big scary chicken and a Balverine, a lycanthrope or werewolf in the Fable lore. We see some real-time swordplay, a heavy mallet-based melee combat, parrying, and more fire spells. Fable looks incredible. And with developers that worked with Rockstar and Naughty Dog and Sony Santa Monica praising the visuals and the rendering details and techniques for Fable is really super promising and shows that Playground Games is a top-tier studio, and Fable will be well worth the wait. Major concerns that have arisen over the past couple of years with the new Fable reboot is the choice of the player character, the protagonist being a female hero, and Playground Games has yet to show any footage of a male playable character. But throughout most of the Fable series with Lionhead, you were able to choose to start your playthrough as a young boy or young girl. I would assume that Playground Games will offer us the same choice, but we've also seen Playground Games Studios offer a slight bit of customization as well with a default character. It's possible you'll be able to change skin tone or hair color and style, but the main models will remain intact. There has not been any discussion or rumors or leaks about the male playable character, but it could be possible that this delay is to make changes as well as get a final polish on the game that fans have been very vocal on. Craig Duncan's comments on British humor come to life when the main playable character kicks a chicken, which is an iconic joke that has flourished throughout the Fable franchise games on the original Xbox and 360 era. It's great to see that Playground Games isn't shying away from that heritage. So far, with 3 or 4 reveals that we've had for the Fable reboot, Playground Games and Xbox have afforded us about 1 full minute of gameplay in-engine and in-game to give us just a slice of what to expect when we get hands-on with Fable in 2026. Looking into the packed game schedule for Xbox in 2025 for their studios, rumors pointed to this Fable reboot releasing in December of 2025 and now moved to 2026. December of 2025 is not an ideal month for a major releasing RPG that could be entered into the Game of the Year discussions, only to release just outside of that deadline window. This isn't the reason why Fable is being moved, but this is also the benefit of Fable being pushed to 2026. It's unfortunate that in this era of games industry that big titles like Fable can take 6 to 8 years to finally release. But looking at Xbox's recent track record over the past couple of years, their games have been fairly polished and have released to great critical acclaim. And Playground Games has proven that they can release high-rated, high-quality, and incredibly immersive games. And this separate RPG studio working on Fable will likely follow that same protocol. Since Fable is delayed to 2026, it's undeniably disappointing, especially since it seems like the wait for Fable has been excruciating, with that reveal almost 5 years ago. And the drip feed of development and gameplay reveals has made Fable one of the most secretive games in the Xbox catalog. What we see today is a shining example of high quality, high caliber, and for returning fans of the Fable franchise, there's a lot to look forward to and hopefully a new favorite franchise for new players as well. This is Colteastwood. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Really disappointed to hear that Fable's been delayed. Almost every game these days seems to be pushed out further and further, but Xbox's biggest problem was in 2020 and 2021 showing us all of the games they were making, and then we've been waiting the entire generation for them to come out. Playground Games is supposed to be busy working on the next Forza Horizon series. I don't even know where that is. There's been no talk at all, but they normally reveal that immediately in the summer showcase and it comes out the end of that year. But seeing Fable with the new gameplay and showing such a small amount of it, it's really disappointing that we get to see it at a low bitrate 30 FPS on the Xbox podcast. I was hoping that they'd reveal a trailer so we can get a better look at it, but I suppose that's probably something we'll see at this summer's showcase for Xbox. If you ended up enjoying this video, let me know by liking and subscribing to the channel. Hit the bell to be notified of new weekly content. You want to further support what we do here on the Colteastwood channel, you can hit the join button below. That'll get you early access for merch giveaways, for videos, and so much more. Also, check out the Patreon. Those are in the description, and that will get you access to all kinds of content, and even the super class, if you want to know what that is. Check us out in the XSC podcast. We'll be talking more about this as it develops with the games and studios and Fable and what to expect. And that happens every Monday, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. What do you think about Fable? Are you really super hyper focused on the way the character looks? Are you really hoping you have the opportunity to play as a male character? I'm always 50-50 on that. Depends on what I make. Sometimes I want to make my character look like me. I don't think we're going to get a fully customizable Fable character, but let me know what you think in the comments below about this delay. And while you do that, it'll be a dicey comment section because it's a very divisive thing. Please be nice.